This is how you set an offset with a ProScale digital readout. You need to go into the programming menu, so if it's locked out, you need to take these two Phillips head screws and then you need to flip it over and move a jumper. But if you press and hold units and press and release datum, it'll say PG on. This is for a version 5 readout. And if you press units, you'll tab through the PR values, so the programming values, and you want to go all the way to 30. And PR 30 establishes how many offsets would you like to have turned on. And so in this case, I'm just going to do 1. And for my first offset, if you press units, PR 31 is your first offset, 32 is your second, on and on. And so right now it's adding 5 inches to whatever the number is natively. So if I had a block that positioned me 5 inches away from my saw blade, then I would use this to switch between the two. Alternatively, if you're taking mitered cuts, you can do a couple sample cuts where you take a flat cut and then a mitered cut and you measure the difference between the two. This is where you would program in PR 31 what that number is going to be. So whatever number this ends up being is going to add to the native absolute measurement. So if you need it to be smaller, you would press the minus keys and you would make it a smaller number. You would make it a negative number because it's going to add. Or if you want it to be higher, use the plus keys. Use the plus and minus keys. And then once you're done, you can get out by holding units, pressing datum. It's going to say PG off. And now when you press the F1 key, it's going to have a little number 1 at the top. So that shows you're in the first offset and it's added half an inch to my value. So wherever I am, let's say I ended up at 1.37 and I take out that block, so I want to go back to my original measurement. I press F1, the little number 1 is gone. It has taken away that offset, so it's no longer adding half an inch, so we're at 0.8 instead of 1.3. So that's a really quick and easy way of how to set offsets. You could have multiple offsets, so you just have to go to PR 30, change that number to however many offsets you're going to have, and then PR 31, PR 32, etc., and change those numbers to match whatever your offsets are.